superbugs. Now, this is very important because, as I said, remember, the gene is always on. Now, Bt actually is a bacterium from the soil. It's not a chemical. We take Bt bacterium from the soil and you make a natural pesticide from it. I think many of you know this. There's a natural Bt biological agent you can use, you make from the soil, from the bacteria, and you can spray it on and it kills insects. Okay? It kills insects and it's a spray and it's not a chemical. That's what Bt is. But they've taken the gene from that Bt, the endotoxin gene, and they put it in the crop. So this is different. So instead of the farmer, the agricultural worker, spraying only when there's an infestation. So you see pests, you spray. There's no pests, you don't spray. That was the past, using Bt. Now, the crop is exposing insects to Bt all the time. Right? Its Bt gene is turned on. So the result is the insects become resistant to Bt. And so your insect-resistant GMO crop, in this case rice, needs pesticides. That's the point. Because the pest you were trying to kill, after 3 generations, is resistant to Bt. And secondary pests that weren't a problem are also resistant. But what you killed were the natural predators of those pests, the non-target insects, have died because of the Bt exposure. So the end result is you need new pesticides, stronger concentration, and more spray. And that's why, I don't know if you remember Roundup, I showed you the logo of Roundup Ready. Okay? It used to be called Roundup, okay? It's a Texan thing. Everything about herbicides from the US is about the southern US. Roundup, Liberty, it's very Texan. This is what happened today. So now that Monsanto has created resistance out there through its crops, they're so resistant to herbicides and pesticides, they sell a new product. They don't sell Roundup anymore because it doesn't work anywhere in the world. They sell Roundup Power Max. Triple strength Roundup Power Max, because they created the resistance and their products don't work anymore. Go for this, and if you read this, and I'll give you a copy, it actually says you need this because you have to fight herbicide tolerance in weeds. That's why you need it. And for the peachy cotton in India, I mean the bulgur, fighting the bollworm, you have to combine it now, the insecticide and the herbicide together. Right? Because there's so much resistance by pests to whatever it is. You need both. Okay? Which is fine for Monsanto because you're buying their products. Next kid. And break the resistance. This is Bayer's homepage. This is not the lefty criticism of Bayer. This is their webpage. Break the resistance. Yeah? Pest resistance to their own insecticides and weed resistance to their herbicides. And it's all about non-selective. You can't see it there. You need 10 new products because our product has caused so much resistance in the environment. You need 10 new products. That's what it says. Break the resistance. It's extraordinary. Okay, keep going. Yep. Okay. I hope that, I'm sorry it's so much information, but I want to come to a very basic point now. What does it mean for agricultural workers? Why are we talking about it at this conference? I think it's obvious that the GMO crops, like GMO rice, that are introduced with the purpose of reducing the need for pesticides, meaning insecticide and herbicide, in fact, are proven to require more pesticides. And that's been the experience of Bt cotton in India. That's been the experience of Roundup Ready soya in Latin America, and so on. And in the United States, it's absolutely clear that this is the case. They have spent more money on herbicides since the introduction of GMO crops than ever before. And it is the agricultural workers who are spraying and applying these new pesticides in heavier concentrations and spraying more often. I think it's a very simple point. Okay? Sorry. if it's okay, Frank? So I want to conclude with showing you very quickly the glufosinate ammonium. This is the percentage of glufosinate ammonium in their mix now, and that will change. It actually used to be 9%, it's already doubled. But I just want to say that in United States it's called Liberty, in some places it's called Liberty. It's also called Basta. In Australia it's called Basta. These herbicides, yeah? I don't know about India and Pakistan and Sri Lanka. I'm not sure what name is used, whether it's Liberty or Basta, but I think just you can recognize the Bayer logo, okay? This is the safety data sheet. This is the safety data sheet that's 35 pages long. If you buy Liberty herbicide in the United States, the label, they call the label, is 35 pages long, required by law. Not because they're concerned about the health of agricultural workers, they're afraid of being sued. Okay? As soon as that product is available in our countries, there is no 35-page label, I can assure you. I can walk into the 7-Eleven in parts of Thailand and buy it off the shelf when I buy my breakfast cereal, and there's no labeling at all. But let's look at the 35-page label. First of all, it says, avoid breathing it. Okay? Remember, this is safe, and this is what they will apply to GMO rice around the world. The first commercially planted GMO rice will require this herbicide. So we have to understand this. Avoid breathing spray mist. I think that's common with every herbicide. Next. Okay, do not contaminate streams, rivers, waterways with this product. Okay. That sounds good. But then it goes on to say, well, don't spray, be careful, don't spray it when there are any trees nearby. That's basically what it says. And any plants that are injured and may have an opening in the flesh of the plant. Okay. So they're actually saying, look, this is going to kill everything, so just accept that. And we've told you, so you can't sue us afterwards. That's a good thing about the United States, because they have to explain all the dangers by law. They're afraid of being sued. And that's what it says. Damaged plants, you have to hunt around. Do not spray it, there's a damage. Next. Oh, and also it kills fish, crabs, prawns, everything. In rice farming system, as Brother Swapan will explain later, rice ecology is very delicate and involves many species of crustacean, of fish, of insect, of reptile, many in one rice paddy. Okay, it depends on the kind of farming, but there are many species. These will all be killed by this herbicide. This point is made clear. If there's any fish in a rice paddy that's done with wet rice farming, they will be killed by application of this herbicide. This kind of thing is clear. Now, it says here that it's not toxic, but when they did experiments on dogs, mice, and rats, it damaged their kidney. Okay? Okay, this is the label still. Now, this is my favorite. I found in very small writing, I'll read it to you, may be fatal if absorbed through your skin. Okay? The first part explained that this is not a dangerous product. Later on we find out that it could kill you if it gets through your skin. So don't get it in your eyes, your skin, or your clothing. So how the agricultural worker is supposed to use this and apply this several times